They used to call me the reluctant YouTuber because truth wasn't easy to speak. But somewhere between silence and revelation, I realized something. It wasn't just about talking. It was about illuminating. My name is Guess Who, the Illuminator, and I'm here to shed light in the age of deception. This ain't about fame. This ain't about fear. It's about waking up a generation that's been put to sleep. It's about truth over trend, light over lies. If you ever question what's really going on, if you ever felt like there's more than what they're showing you, you're not crazy, you're chosen. Welcome to the illumination, the side that still believes light can conquer darkness. Hey, yo, y'all already know what it is, who it is. You ain't gotta guess who, you should already know. It's Guess Who the Rapper, aka Guess Who the Illuminator, here to illuminate your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game. Once again, man, you already know how this go. When you like yourself, hit that like button. You like someone else, hit that share button. Hey, but if you love yourself, hit that subscribe button. Hey, if you want to be certified to be notified, hit that notification button by hitting that bell button, man, so you can get the videos as soon as they drop. Now, I got a special treat for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the road this week, and what I want to do today, man, is talk about a particular topic. And one of the phrases that I coined myself is copywritten, so don't take it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try it. You know what I mean? And what I would like to call this particular situation I'm about to get into is called EXPIRATIONSHIP. This is some Illuminator Izm on the highest level, man. Game from on high. You know what I'm saying? You have situationships, you have relationships, situationships, and another term I coined was, which is separationship. But this one is called expirationship. Basically what that means is where you pretty much know that the relationship has already expired. It has reached its expiration date, you know, but there's still remnants of either good vibes or negative vibes, or good feelings or bad feelings. And it's kind of like you kind of got some hopes for the relationship, but you already know that it just can't work. And who I'm talking about, look at me with this pink do-rag, man. You know, I'm from New York, but I'm from Newburgh, New York, and I'm representing right now Newburgh, New York always. But shout out to the Dipset out of Harlem. So we're going to go over to what my man Talk with Flea. And I just thought this was a wonderful topic to get into, where it's Cam versus ex-girl of his named Cali. And I wanted to, you know, get into this video and expound upon what I think and give y'all my thoughts, you know what I'm saying, so I could put some paint where it ain't and say what most can't concerning these situations that deal with like expirationships and the rising masculinity of these independent, strong women. So I just want to, you know, touch on a few things, man. So without any further ado, I'm going to just go right into it, man. And as you'll see, Sin City which is Cam's homeboy, you know, that be doing the co-hosting on Talk with Flea. You know, he's going to be, you know, presiding and regulating this whole battle between Cam and Cali. So, and check this out. So y'all ready? Let's go.
Yeah, Cali, I want to ask you something. What was the argument about? You was bartending. We came to a club. You was kind of upset with him that night. Do you remember that night? What was that? What was that about? Because I saw that you was upset. Normally, you know, you do get a little hyper sometimes. I'm gonna say hyper, but that night you was like, I saw you in a different mood. You was kind of like upset. What was wrong with you that night?
I mean, that night, you know, it's a club etiquette. Like when people come in a club, you bartending, people who fuck with you, people who cool with you, they come in, they support, and out of respect, they come to your bar. Like Kim, no, I don't deal with a lot of people, so out of respect, I couldn't understand why he wouldn't want to sit at my bar if he's my people's.
Representation, you got anything to add to that? Or you want me to go on?
Is there I have a question. When you're bartending, is there an obligation for a person where they want to spend their money and who they need to sit down with?
No, they could go spend their money and sit down wherever they at.
Okay,
but I mean, if you don't fuck with me like that, you can sit wherever the fuck you want.
Wait, you sound a little hot.
Hold on. You know, so I can explain what's really going on. The guy the homie that's talking right now, he's supposedly be representing Cam, you know, as like an attorney or whatever, or a power of attorney dealing with this woman. Her name is Cali O'Dea. You know what I mean? Y'all need to go check her out. She on Instagram, right? So he was like, you know, speaking on Cam's behalf right now. I assume because the tensions be so high between them, they need a sort of a mediator. So as you can see, you know, the what's going on. She's tight with Cam about, you know, not coming to sit at her bar, and she basically saying it's bar etiquette, and she's getting a lot of aggression, you know, out. So the dude name is PT. That's who you see on the screen right now. He's like, yo, what's up with the hostility? You dig? You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just crazy, man, what's going on. But you could see what I was talking about, the masculinity and her tone, man. So let me go back a little bit.
No, they could go spend their money and sit down wherever they at.
Okay,
but I mean, if you don't fuck with me like that, you can sit wherever the fuck you want.
Wait, you sound a little hostile. Let's turn it down. I'm just asking.
No, I'm just keeping it 100.
Okay, but I'm asking because
I'm not on no weird shit. Because it's like it doesn't make any sense that people call themselves my friend, and I don't use that term lightly, loosely. Maybe some people do. I'm not a weirdo, fraud, fake weirdo nigga, so I don't know.
Okay.
Like I stand 10 toes down. I keep it 100. Like I'm a very solid individual.
Right.
So if you are treating me other than a way that I wouldn't treat you, then I'm gonna question you.
Okay. So him sitting at somebody else's bar means he doesn't fuck with you?
He didn't sit at nobody's bar.
Oh.
He went in the section.
Oh, so you was upset about the section?
I wasn't upset about shit, but motherfuckers should have made it known that, yo, they're my peoples. I want to be next to my peoples. You don't come outside for me. You don't pull up for me. You don't support me in any way in that dynamic. So it's like,
Okay. Next question, son.
And then when I hear shit over, you know, just hear shit about where you do go sit and how you spend your money. And when you do go support motherfuckers, it make me really reassess you.
Here we go.
Like, who you really fuck with, my nigga?
Here we go.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Don't mean to intervene on my representation because I don't know what night this is talking about. Was I booked at this club or I just happened to go?
You was booked.
Oh.
Plot thickens.
Never mind.
It doesn't.
All right, my bad for prematurely stopping it, man. But let him ask that again.
Where you do go sit and how you spend your money. And when you do go support motherfuckers, it make me really reassess you.
Here we go.
Like, who you really fuck with, my nigga?
Here we go.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Don't mean to intervene on my representation because I don't know what night this is talking about. Was I booked at this club or I just happened to go?
You was booked.
Oh.
Plot thickens.
Never mind.
It doesn't matter.
Now, y'all heard that, right? First of all, listen to her tone. Like, you can't be serious. Like, she's saying, my nigga, you know what I mean, who you F with. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's talking to him like she's one of the niggas on the block or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that alone, you know, like, pulls at, you know, people like me or men like me, because I'm like, yo, who is this girl think she talking to? Like, nah, you know, nah. It's too much testosterone going on in her vernacular, in her language, in her speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you laying that on way too thick. We not rocking with that. But then, you know, Cam, you know, decided to, you know, start talking and ask her a question. I don't really remember that night, but since I came to the bar, was I booked that night, or was, you know, or did I just show up and not sit in your section on purpose? She said and acknowledged the fact that he was booked. So he's like, I was booked. What are you talking about? Like, the logic and reason just went out the window, man. And she's got this aggression and, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, it don't even make no sense what you're angry about. But, you know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me either, man. As she would say, it didn't make sense to me either, my nigga. Like, I've always had issues with women that talk like that. Don't be calling me my nigga. You're not one of my, you know, you're not a man. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Don't be talking to me like that. And I've met girls like that. And it was cool. We friends and stuff like that. But, you know, at this time, it's like, in this time, in this stage, and where I'm at the stage I am in my life right now, I don't really know how, I don't really want you to be talking to me like that. No, I like women who've reached their soft girl era. I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? So let me let this go. Come on.
Say next question. Say next question.
I got you. Yeah,
I don't care.
do you?
You sit wherever the fuck you want to sit.
I was booked. I was booked. I wasn't there to see you. I was actually
You can
booked.
sit wherever you want to sit.
Got it.
Say next question.
Yeah, is there some
Me?
attraction there, Cali? Yeah.
Yes, no. 1, 2. Red, go.
I mean, it was an attraction.
Was is past tense. He's talking about
No, I said still.
present. Yes, present.
Not for at least a year.
A year. Oh, okay.
Yo, man, what is up with some of these women nowadays, man? Yeah, ask you a direct question, man. Ask you, do you still have an attraction for Cam? You know what I mean? That's either yay or nay. No, she's going to take you around the block, around, you know what I mean, and have you long, drawn out pause and make you wait for the answer. You know what I mean? Like you ringing at her doorbell for an answer, and she's taking her time to come answer the door to make her, you know, to make you respect her, make her feel more important. Like, I ain't just going to answer your question. She's just going to sit there in silence, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. Just answer the question. Do you still have an attraction for him? And, you know, it's a lot of games that's being played. I'm gonna unpack that later, but let's keep it moving.
All right, what was the what was you upset about when you was like, I remember you was gonna buy a house on the West Coast or something, and you wanted he got like 9 bedrooms, some shit like that, and I think you was like, yo, let me get one of them bedrooms or whatever. Like, what was the dispute with that? What happened with that? You got mad about that too. So what was, you was in negotiations or something with a house? Why you got mad at him?
Oh, because at the time I was moving across country, and I asked if I could come there for 2 weeks until I get settled, and he was, I don't know, I felt like he was dancing around it.
If you're one of the many people struggling financially right now, Bridget's got your back. They'll send you 50 to 200.
Oh, representation. You think that was okay?
I'm gonna ask my client right now.
Should I respond to this? Is it okay I respond to this?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. What happened was this. Cali's counting bedrooms in my house, and I have a lot of bedrooms in my house. And she was coming to the West Coast, and she said, she might have said 2 weeks, I don't know, but I knew it wouldn't have been 2 weeks because, which we won't get into. I know it would take longer than 2 weeks. But she has family on the West Coast. Her mother lives on the West Coast. Her father lives on the West Coast. Her sister lives on the West Coast. I said that you could go to all these different people's houses. I don't know if I necessarily want to live with you, especially being that we wasn't intimate for years. I am sexually attracted to her, but I know that sex for me and her isn't really good. Not saying sex isn't good. It leads to other problems outside of our friendship. So I'm saying, look, I don't think that that'd be good. Cali likes to do crazy shit. Walk around my house in panties and don't give me no pussy. Act like she got wet.
You is a liar.
I actually have pictures, which we're not going to share, of course, where we're watching television and she's laying ass to me, panties and ass on my lap. So basically in the 69 position, and she wants to watch TV like this.
Trying to gaslight you.
Yes.
I just have one question.
Yes.
My man said, my man PT said, she trying to gaslight you. No, she's ass-lighting you, Cam. She trying to ass-light you. First of all, she's walking around his house, in panties and bra, and you know what I mean? And then when he's visually stimulated, he's sexually attracted to her. And, she just walking around. Just imagine walking around in your domain. Y'all used to smash her, and she's now walking around teasing you and boom, 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 and not give you none. And yet she's in your house. And then now on top of that, she's gaslighting you by laying on you in the 69 position while watching TV, basically tempting you, or just like PT said, gaslighting you. What I say, gaslighting you. And it's like, wait a minute, and now she want to spend 2 weeks, which we all know that's probably going to be way longer than 2 weeks. So, but she got family on the West Coast. Why don't you go stay with them? Why are you counting rooms in, bedrooms in his house? Why you even want to stay there? You know what I'm saying? But, they always got some sort of agenda, man. So let's go.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
How long ago was this?
It's my turn. It's not. I'm just telling you.
Saying how old in your court, please.
Right, exactly. If you want to be technical about this situation, what happened is this. I offered to eat Cali when she came.
Okay. Interesting.
Right. She said no.
Okay.
2 days later, she thought about it, said, yo, could you eat my I said no.
I can't believe you right now.
I said no.
Right.
I offered to eat. You didn't want it. She asked another day. So you're not going to eat my No, I'm not. I offered it. I'm not going to eat it. I offered twice. She asked twice.
Right.
This is the stubbornness I can't have in my house.
Right.
This
Yo, Cam is funny. He's a funny dude. He don't even be trying to be funny. But he kept it 100. Like, yo, look, man, listen, man. She already be walking around, so I offered to eat the kitty, you know what I mean? Have, open up a committee for the kitty. She, she closed the boardroom. It said no and declined. She hit decline, like, boom. So, 2 days go by, you know what I mean? On that first 48 went by, 48 hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte went by. Or should I say, Cam was playing Lick Nolte. The Lick Nolte went by and she thought about it. It's like, you want to, open up, what's up with that committee on this kitty? He was like, nah, you said no, so it's a no. And, you know what I mean? And she kept bothering him about it. And he was like, nah, you declined me. You know what I mean? You Dikembe Mutombo with me, R.I.P. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not going. You know what I mean? The committee is closed. And she, walk around with, panties and the itty bitty titty committee, and he was like, no. So, and then what topped it off, he's like, yo, this is the kind of stubborn, and you could tell she's stubborn. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I can only imagine what he dealt with a stubborn, masculine, independent, so-called independent woman, you know what I mean, like such as this girl. And she's she's aesthetically beautiful, you know what I'm saying, but can you imagine dealing with somebody with this type of stubbornness? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, nah, man, this is the stubbornness I can't deal in my house. I just thought that was hilarious. Come on.
is what I'm talking.
Playing games.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat it. I offered twice. She asked twice.
Right.
This is the stubbornness I can't have in my house.
Right.
This is what I'm talking.
Playing games.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of games being played.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I'm thinking even though she's stubborn, I'm thinking once I eat it, I know what I'm going to try and do.
Right.
So I tried to offer with an appetizer. This is the games we play with each other. No, I don't need that in my house.
Right.
I'm not doing it. Right. So I said, I declined. I said, you can move with your mother. You can move with your father. You can move with your sister. I'm not sleeping on nobody's couch. I'm not sleeping on nobody's couch. What I look like sleeping on the couch?
On nobody's couch.
So she started making the demands.
The point being is, it wasn't like she was stranded. If she was stranded, I had nowhere to go. Of course, cool. You had several places to go, but you want to demand how you living on somebody else's
I have my own room.
That's what happened.
I have my own room.
There it is, son.
Yep.
What was that debate between you and Cam over your wedding venue?
Before we get into that, let me just spin the block on the kitty committee. You know what I'm saying? And how he just blatantly and was brutally honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, no, this is the kind of stubbornness, you know what I'm saying? And I can't have in my house, and she's making these demands and look, ain't nothing worse than he was like, basically, if I, open up the kitty committee, you know what I mean? She was going to open up the rest, you know what I mean? And let me tell you from experience, I've been through this, you know what I mean? Where you can, open up the kitty committee, and they might be on some fly-ish and be like, nah, you know what I mean? They already got this and leave you high and dry. You be like, wait a minute, like, nah, like that ain't cool. They ain't even gonna top you off like you at the bar. She's a bartender. She probably wasn't even gonna top them off like they top you off at your beer or your drink. You top your drink off at the bar. Nah, they ain't even top you off. When I did it, I was left hanging, you know what I mean? Dry, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, this ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? But on top of that, she's like, well, I wanted my own room. I ain't gonna be couch surfing. I ain't sleeping on nobody's couch, because she knew if she had to go to her folks pad, you know, she was going to sleep on the couch and write about it in her notepad, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody else's house, you know what I mean? She was going to be on that couch, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she wanted her own room, so she's counting bedrooms up in Cam's house, you know what I'm saying, on the West Coast, you know what I mean? And he's like, nah, you be illing, you know what I mean? You be wilding out, so... Nah, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? All right, come on.
Living with somebody
I have my own room.
That's what happened.
I have my own room.
There it is, son.
Yep.
What was the debate between you and Cam over your wedding venue? What was that debate? I remember you saying some friend know about it, and something with 25,000 or something. Like, what happened?
At the time, I had just got my venue. My landlord from hell put me in a real bind. And I said, Cam, I have my liquor license, and I need to do renovations on this space. This person left me.
Hey, you know what I mean? I don't mean to be funny, but she was like, well, you know, she rented some venue, or was, you know, prospecting a venue, you know, where she can, you know, accumulate or make some money. I guess it's a wedding venue investment. And she was like, you know, Cam, I got my liquor license. But you know what I'm saying? Cam had his liquor license too, and you blocked it. you blocked it like Alonzo Mourning, man. That's crazy. But, you know, now we're discussing, you know, this wedding venue. So let's go, man. I just had to put that in there, man. It's crazy.
Put me in a real bind. And I said, Cam, I have my liquor license, and I need to do renovations on this space. This person left me with a shell. I said, I need help renovating so I can start generating money, because I'm stagnant. And he said, okay, show me the paper for your liquor license. And once I see the paper, I'll have my attorneys draw up the paperwork, and I'll give you the money and we'll sign. I talked to my friend today. She said, yeah, he agreed to give you the money on a gargantuous offer. Like, she basically felt like he wanted my blood for $25,000. We agreed, and he still never followed up, but he was only taking proceeds from the bar. At the same time, he never drew it up, and he act like, you know, it was whatever. And even when it came down to me signing my lease, he also made a bet that he did not stand on. And we can ask British that.
Oh, okay. Representation.
Yes, I'm here.
Is that a lie? Is that a lie or the truth?
I'm gonna let my client answer.
Okay.
I don't remember detail, but I'll tell you this much. I respect Cali as a hustler. I always tell her that, and I tell people that. She came from Oakland, or pardon me, not Oakland, the Bay Area to New York as a 22-year-old.
It was Oakland.
Okay, Oakland, I'm sorry. From the Bay Area, Oakland, to New York at 22 years old, survived. She did better than niggas I know from New York that grew up in New York and made a way for herself. And to this day, she still lives the way she wants to live, maybe not like she used to because she's in school. So I respect her hustle 100%. She saved up $100,000, over $100,000, to get this venue. She tells me about the venue, asks my opinion. I tell her, I wouldn't invest in that. You saved up the money, don't do it. But I'm saying, my friend got one of these, and she had LL Cool J come over for her wedding, and this, that, and third, and I didn't do this, that, and the third. This is why you want to get a wedding venue, because you knew somebody with a wedding venue, and you thought that you could duplicate what she was doing. Come to find out, you told me that she wasn't doing what she really was doing. I told her that I don't think this is a smart investment, and I would not do it. I understand going against what people say, because I ask people for their opinion, and sometimes they'll say, "Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. It is going to work." Either or, but you get the advice. So it's people that told me this isn't going to work, and it's worked. It's people that told me this stuff I should do is going to work, and I didn't invest. It's just a gamble you do when you do business. Right or wrong, Larry, who's a good,
100%.
who's a business.
I don't feel like
It's my goal. It's my goal. It's my goal.
All right, let's unpack that a little bit, right? Now, here she is. She's trying to start a business with a wedding venue, and she didn't even mention this part when it was her turn. She basically mentioned the part of where she asked him for a loan. She failed to mention that she asked him his opinion on whether she should invest this $100,000 that she saved up. That's highly commendable, you know what I mean? And he gave her props for that, and said that he respects her hustle. And basically, he's from New York, Harlem, home of the hustlers, and she did better than, you know, a lot of guys he know from New York, you know what I mean? And she came from the Bay Area, where I lived in Oakland for almost a year. And I know, you know, about Oakland, you know what I mean? And it's beautiful out there for you to come, because to keep it real, like a dude gained me up when I was out there, man. Oakland, that Bay Area, is modeled after New York. That's why I loved it out there, because it was basically New York and New York City, but with better weather. You know what I'm saying? It just was, the weather was better over there, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But Oakland and San Francisco, you know, I lived in Hunters Point. He was breaking it down, man. He's like, yo, Hunters Point is Hunts Point. They have, what is it, like Times Square, Union Square, and Square Parks and all that stuff out there, and just like New York City. So Oakland is really Brooklyn. That's what it was named after. You know, Oakland is named after Brooklyn, according to what the guy told me when I was out there. I think it was that my man Swift's partner that lived out there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, she failed to mention that she asked him for his opinion concerning his wedding venue, and he said, I wouldn't do it. I don't think that'll be a good idea. And then she's like, the masculinity kicked in, and she's like, well, my friend did it, and she had LL Cool J come to her wedding venue, and blah, blah, blah. And you could tell she said it with that type of tone and energy, and he was just like, wow. I'm telling you, no. And people don't give Cam a lot of the credit he deserves for being, you know, business savvy. He also mentioned that, look, I understand when you ask somebody your opinion and they say, no, you shouldn't do it. You know, it's really up to you. You know what I mean? It might have turned out, but how I'm looking at it, I wouldn't do it. So, come on.
It's my go. Larry's a businessman, so he understands about investment. I tell her, don't invest this $100,000. She invests $100,000. It doesn't do well. The landlord didn't have a ceiling in there. She was ceilingless. Not saying it was a sunroof or anything like that, but like she said, it was a shell. It was a lot of work. She didn't have an oven. She needed a lot of stuff. So the part she's talking about now is that when she comes back to me and needs help to get all these things done for her spot, she may be correct on that. I may have wanted blood because I told you don't do this in the first place. I may have been like,
Yeah. You
it's
said I'm
my
going to.
goal. I don't
You said
understand why I can't get my goal. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Listen, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is why I had to do this, man. First of all, it's his turn. And she keeps interrupting, man. That was the second time she did that. She keeps interrupting, man. And it's like, wait a minute, calm down. You know, I'm talking. I didn't say anything when you were talking. Show some respect and let me finish my portion. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell my side of the story. What's wrong with this girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, she need to calm down. You know what I'm saying? She did it before. And she's doing it now. He's like, yo, it's my turn. I'm just telling my side of the story. Can you imagine being in her presence and she's doing this? Like, I'm telling you, man, it's these masculine, these overly masculine women, you know what I mean? That have this type of behavior. They're a trigger for me. Like, nah, man, at this point in my life, I ain't dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going. The ING on my PIMP stands for I'm not going. Send the chick. You go get it. You know what I'm saying? No. Because first of all, I'm not going. You go get it. And I'm not going for your tone and the way you are and that overly masculine presence and aura that you got and attitude. Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Come on.
Talk this whole show. I've been like, right, so I can't get my go. So when she comes back to me and says, yo, Kim, I need 25. I need a stove. I need a ceiling. I need this. I need that. And I'm like, she's right. Now I'm a businessman. This is not personal. When she turns it personal, it's not personal. I told you I wouldn't make this investment. Now, when she needs something, she's right. I don't remember what the terms were, but they weren't reasonable. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't reasonable. She could be correct. I don't remember, but this is the cost of doing business. You shouldn't have invested in that. To me, my personal opinion, but I can't tell you how to live your dream. But if you're coming to you know, if you
I didn't know I was gonna get finessed neither.
Nothing's personal. It's business. And sometimes the best experience is going through it because you're not going to understand how business works. It's not personal. Okay, Cali, you have a question.
I think you underestimate me. I'm deadass.
Didn't I just give her props?
Yes.
No,
Didn't I just say I think that you're one of the best hustlers
It's my
ever?
turn.
Yeah,
It's my turn.
yeah, my bad, you right.
She's like, it's my turn. It's my turn. You right. But yeah, he did give her props. And she says, I think you underestimate me. And when I hear stuff like that, and when she said that to me, that lets me know something. Some of these type of women, and Kevin Samuels used to call them modern women, like they have unreasonable expectations. And she's saying you underestimate me. That lets me know that, hey man, she seems like she's in competition with you, with Cam, you know what I mean? And any man, unless you a straight up simp or a weirdo or something like that, they don't want their woman to be in competition with them. You know what I mean? Like that's way, she's out of pocket. First of all, she's out of pocket like a mug. You know what I mean? She needs some correcting. You know, she really need to be disciplined. You know what I mean? For real. Like, nah, bro. Like, man, heck nah. She really need to be disciplined. And first, you in competition? Nah, what is this? Love and basketball? Like, what's going on with you? Nah. I don't see how any man want a woman to be in competition with him. first of all, you're not equivalent to me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sinful the P. Hey, women, before I say his quote, I was thinking, and I'm looking at this girl, and I'm saying, she's attractive. But, you know, you can only see the top of her. I said, she must have a wagon out of this world, yo. She must have a big booty. She must be real fine in the mug. And then I went over to her Instagram page, and lo and behold, she has the whole world back there. You know what I mean? See, I'm a flat earther. But if the earth was really shaped like a globe, she got it behind her. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, she got the whole world back there, bro. Oh my God, you know. And that let me know. I was like, ooh, her booty is too big, and it, you know, it's inflated. I don't know if it's a BBL or CDL or whatever. But she is trucking something back there, man. And I said, that's what's going on. That's what's really going on, man. And that, whatever that air that she got back there, done circulated and made its way all the way upstairs to her head, to where she now has these, weird and unreasonable expectations out of men. You know what I mean? You could tell she's the type that go after ball players and stuff like that, but she has an agenda to get her own thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Her own business, because you could tell she masculine. You know what I mean? Like, that just tells me you in competition. You know, man want no woman in competition with him, man. Girl, you better sit down somewhere. And back to what I was saying, man. R.I.P. Sinful the P. He taught me this, man. Look, women are indeed the gift of God. But the gift of God is not equivalent to the recipient of the gift. Basically, and I put it my way, yeah, women are indeed the gift of God, but the gift of God is not equivalent to the image of God, which is the man. You understand what I mean? Ain't no woman equivalent to you. You ain't got no business being in competition with me. You are no competition. That's like Clarissa Shields trying to get in the ring with Mike Tyson, talking about, I can beat him. Or Floyd Mayweather, I could beat him. Or Asia Wilson talking about, I could beat Shaq or Luka or LeBron or Jordan or something. Like come on, man. Or Angel Reese saying that. Like, knock it off. Come on.
Like, if you think that opening my own business that I had for 3 years didn't teach me shit, you wouldn't know me at all. Like, the way I run numbers through my mind, the way I see shit, like, it don't make no sense for me not to be fucking rich. At the end of the day, that's how I felt about you in my life, though. I felt like you overlooked every bit of potential about me. I don't even feel like most of the time you was looking at me, you was looking past me. And that pissed me off.
This is still not business, what you're talking about.
It's personal.
This is personal.
It was business shit, then it got personal, then it was business again. Like,
well, I'm not going to go all over
so
the
many
place. I'm going to stay on this particular topic, and if you want to go to another topic afterwards, it's fine. I'm going to stay on the wedding topic. It seems like you want to go somewhere else, but I'm going to stay on this topic for a second.
Yo.
Could you mute her, please? Thank you. What happened is this, like I was saying, Larry and PT. Business is business. If I tell you, don't invest in it, which is not personal. I just gave her mad props. I think she's one of the best female hustlers I've ever seen. Gave her mad props before this happened. Before she starts getting into, I look past her. I give her props. I'm just saying it was a smart business investment. When you come back to me to get a loan to fix it up, and I said this wasn't going to be a good investment, and then I sit there and say, I want blood and plasma and everything else.
Because you come to me as a friend doesn't mean that I need to be obligated to just throw my money away. At the end of the day, it's business. That's what he's trying to tell you, is that it was more of a business. And he told you it was a high-risk business from the beginning, and you didn't listen to him.
It was a high-risk business.
It was very high risk.
I operated on my own for 3 years, and I ended up installing my own fucking ceiling, doing my own floors, building my own bar.
And how much money did you make in those 3 years?
Style or substance?
I can't even tell you, because I had to take all the money. I had to survive. On top of that,
that's another reason why the loan should have been high, because you can't even tell them how much you made. When
like Kevin Samuels used to say, you can't make this ish up, bro. You can't make this up. She said she ran that business for 3 years. Cam wanted blood and plasma after he told you not to invest in it. You had to. Why would you invest in something where you had to replace anything? You had to replace the ceiling. You had to install your own stove, own floors, build a bar. Why would you even do that? Why didn't it come ready made? And you notice that Logic and Reason has left the building when she walked in. But at least within the location of her small mind. But you notice that the men are basically giving her a little bit of logic, a little reasoning that that's pretty much a bad investment, baby. That's why, you know, I want blood, plasma, your blood type, your birth certificate, your fingerprints, your hair follicles, in case you try to run off with my 25K. And why are you coming to me with all this money? You notice that, you know, I told you that my opinion for you not to go into not to invest into this venue, you did it anyway. Basically, you said, you know, F what you talking about, nigga. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not listening to you. So you didn't have much respect or wait for his opinion, but yet you spend the block and ask for 25K to clean up the mess you made when he told you could have been avoided had you to just listen to him. And then Larry asked you, well, you know, you claiming you had this business for 3 years. How much money did you make? She said she couldn't even tell him. She couldn't even tell him because she had to survive. She had to pay the expenses. And so you didn't know your bottom line? What are we talking about here? We're definitely not talking business. He gave you a business question, just like when Dame was on that show with the POV. They're in a business and challenging him on business, and was talking about a 0% APR and all that, and I had to break that. I had to break it all the way down. That's, you know, and so did Dame. Like, look, that's a lot of bugs and leeches on the contract. You know what I mean? Basically, it's a scam. You know, but here it is. He asked you, what was the bottom line? Like, how much money did you make? You can't tell him? Like, you don't know? That's a bad investment, baby. You know, knock it off. You know what I mean? So, of course. So, you know, Logic and Reason, man. She's trying to be outman a man. And it's an effort in futility. Come on.
When I go to somebody and someone...
How was I supposed to make anything with a fucking shell?
This is my point to you, Cali, is that when you go into business...
My whole point was, had the space been in the proper condition, it would have operated and generated money. I was in a fucking prime location. I was in Long Island fucking City, one of the most prominent neighborhoods in New York City. I didn't put my shit in the fucking hood. I had an entire view of fucking Manhattan. You know how many people loved my space and said, it's just not done?
Was it a shell when you bought it?
No.
Was it a shell when you bought it?
Yeah, but
Okay, then
I
Cali,
couldn't force people who was supposed to do the work and at least not to do the work. This is not a conversation I'm even supposed to be having right now.
So what happened to the
What I'm just saying is when we talk about business, because listen, with all due respect, Cali.
At the same time, I got a different type of upset right now.
Cali, with all due respect.
My upset is not over it don't even got shit to do with the $25,000 right now.
Cali,
what is the issue?
Cali, with all due respect.
That shit, no. That shit is where it's at. At the end of the day, to sit amongst a nigga that knew me since, like, what?
Cali,
Like,
you're operating from a space. You're operating from a space of personal instead of business.
Because it's my turn.
Okay,
period.
okay.
At the end of the day, I'm going to fucking say what I want to say.
Okay, okay.
And now what I'm about to say is the fact that somebody could know me all my life, watch me fucking pour blood, sweat, and tears into everything I motherfucking did, and never assisted, helped, wanted to, nothing, makes me angry. And it took for men, other men, that cared about me, that wanted to invest in me, that believed in me. It's deeper than that. It is so much deeper than that. So at the end of the day, I wasn't gonna keep turning to a motherfucker that always turned me away.
So can I ask you a question? What happened to the situation? The space?
What situation? What space?
What you was trying to do?
I closed it.
Closed it?
I closed it. I'm a full-time fucking nursing student.
Okay.
You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. PT asked her, well, after all of that emotional roller coaster and up and down and saying, effing, you didn't invest in me and you didn't help me and you've known me since I was young, since I came over there to New York from Oakland. It took other men who cared about her, who wanted to invest in her. It took them. She was in a prime location in Long Island City. Long Island City is nice. She had she has the skyline view of Manhattan. This is supposed to work. And first of all, it was a shell when you bought it. Kim said, don't do it. First of all, what happened to the previous owners? Why did they sell it to you? Why? Oh, they was like, whoever sold that to her, they was like, oh, we got a nice one right here, man. We're just going to dump on this arrogant woman who don't know anything about business. And we're going to, hit a lick for $100K plus, you know what I mean? And, break her off for every dollar that says in God we trust, man. Boom, you know what I mean? And sold her that shell, that property, what she calls a shell along Island City. You know what I'm saying? And all of that emotion and taking jabs at Cam, talking about he didn't invest in her. He didn't invest in her. And it took other men to invest in her. So PT asked her, well, what ended up happening with that situation with your, that investment? She closed it. She closed it. Even though other men that so-called cared about her invested in her. And we know why they invested in her. She probably teased them, de-teased them the whole time. Fed them a bunch of lines like she was doing Cam. And they invested in her, and she still closed it down. Only to say right after that, I'm now a full-time nurse student to be a nurse. I'm in nursing school. You can't make this up, man. This is absolutely crazy. First of all, she got a little screws loose. She's a little nuts. She's kind of nuts. She's unstable emotionally unstable. She made emotional decisions. You know what I mean? And you trying to outman a man. That's not going to happen, baby. You're governed by your emotions. Like, there's something seriously wrong with you. Like, no. Me? Absolute. And you notice, she's always got her hand out. Her hand is starting to look like cups, or bigger cups. Why is your hands always out? You so brilliant, you so smart. How did you even save up that 100K? You was, seducing and reducing these simps out here, is my opinion. You know what I mean? Y'all should go on her Instagram. You'll see how she got that money. You know what I mean? Dick teasing this nigga, dick teasing that one. Anyway, come on.
Cali, I got to be honest with you. You're spitting some real bullshit right now. I got to be honest with you because you're saying you closed it down because he didn't give you $25,000. And if you did your due diligence beforehand when you bought that shell in the beginning, and this man had told you, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I said this, and I'll say it again, Cam.
I could have kept going.
Listen to me. I'm not saying this because Cam is here. Cam is a very smart businessman. He doesn't get enough credit for his business acumen.
He invested.
Listen, if it's a smart investment, it's a smart investment. Do you know how many people come to Cam and ask for investments that he rejects?
No, I was a bad investment. Everything.
No, it's not about that. You're taking it personal.
I was always a bad investment.
Larry.
Bro, hey, you know what? She's right. She is a bad investment. She's a very bad investment. You could see, you know what I mean? She took 100K and threw it to the wind. She's a bad investment. First of all, she's a bad investment financially. She's a bad investment mentally, emotionally, physically, because she walking around butt naked and sitting in 69 positions and then denying you. You know what I mean? You wanna hit it, and or even open up the lick the kitty. You have a liquor license, you know what I mean? So you can go in the kitty committee. She gonna deny you. She's done a lot of denial and declining. You know what I'm saying? But yet her hand is always out. You know what I mean? And so she's a bad investment physically. Emotionally, because she ain't gonna do nothing but piss a real nigga off, like a real man, or especially a god. She ain't even gonna get within 2 feet of him. 3 feet. Give me 6 feet. Social distance. We gonna bring social distancing back for women like her. Like, no. So she is not. She's a bad investment emotionally. Mentally, because you're gonna be confused talking to this broad, and spiritually, like she wouldn't even she can't even hear anybody else because it's all about her. She's selfish, you know what I'm saying? So no, hell no. She's right. She's a bad investment, man. Keep it moving. Come on.
It's very personal.
The lines were blurred. This is what's going on. The
lines were blurred. I understand that, but Cali, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that because if you had your due diligence and you got everything in order, you should. Come on, Cali, you got to be honest with yourself. You're not being honest with yourself.
Well, Cali, do you consider? Because I remember you mad about a video you did for him and a song. Do you put that in the same category with business?
Yes.
Or was it personal?
You want to talk about the what was
I
you
wasn't dating him when that song came out.
Okay.
You wasn't dating me when the club came out.
What club?
The who?
The weddings planned, whatever you want to call it. We wasn't dating then either.
But it was still post.
Post. So post means after. Correct?
Yeah.
So let me ask you.
Ain't that something? Cam and Cali wasn't even dating when she asked for the 25K. Yo, them niggas over there either in Oakland or New York, wherever they at, hustlers, drug dealers, basketball players, they saw that big booty, and you know, they went to tricking. They was tricking. This a tricks vision they had for this woman here, boy. And they drove the price of her coochie to astronomical numbers to where her expectation is beyond unreasonable. Like, are you kidding me, man? Like, are you serious? First of all, we ain't intimate. You're not my girl. You got a nerve to ask me for 25K? Like, who you think you talk? Man, I hope Cam didn't trick on this girl, man. I hope he didn't. It seems like he didn't, you know what I mean? Boy, he might have a little bit, but come on, man. I know one thing. He ain't just willingly throw his 25K to the wind on this girl because of how she looks aesthetically, you know what I mean? But everything else is like, nah, come on.
Question, because the feelings that I'm getting from you, were you number one or thought you was number one?
Thought.
Yeah, I'm asking. Were you?
Yeah, when you got like possessive and stuff,
yeah.
like he said you was territorial.
Did I think I was number one? It's funny.
I'm just asking a simple question.
To be honest, you asking me if I thought I was number one?
Yes, because the behavior that you're giving, the personal behavior, it sounds like a lot of entitlement. So that's why I'm asking you. When behavior like that with entitlement...
To be honest, not even to jump in.
I'm sorry. You know what it is? I'm just used to a man in my life, especially one who's intimate with me, automatically wants to step into leadership and provision and want to protect and provide for me. Kim has never given me those vibes.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for right there. Did y'all hear that? She said that if, you know, you get intimately involved with her, she feels like automatically you're supposed to invest in whatever endeavor that she wants, or to basically break her off, you know what I mean, and to support whatever she's doing. And Cam doesn't give her those vibes, never gave her those vibes, but she expects this. There's a name for that sort of arrangement, sweetheart. It's called prostitution. So she's out here, like I assumed she was. She's out here seducing and reducing these men for this money. Cause look, I knew she had to be banging. Like, look, man, I was listening to this earlier and I was just saying, man, I had a recording, you know what I mean? And I was saying to, like, on the recording, like, listen, man, you know what you need to do? There's another thing that Sinful the P taught me. And he said, don't allow her appearance to be the interference from you seeing the truth. Everybody's telling her how attractive she is. Everybody's telling her how smart she is. Everybody telling her how fine she is. But if you say something opposite of what everybody else is saying, you just might have the bitch. And look, do not allow her appearance to be the interference for you seeing the truth. See, men, us men, we are visual creatures. Women are audible creatures. Like you get to their they're not visual like us. That's why you would see a man that you might denigrate and say, oh, he's not as attractive. He might not be a Morris Chestnut, or a Shamar Moore or Denzel, somebody like that. He might, or Idris Elba. He might not look like that. He might look like, you know what I mean, Biggie, or you know what I mean? But there's something about confidence. If you got confidence and you got that game, you spin that game in their ear, it reaches down and touch their emotions because they're governed by their emotions. Therefore, they feel that strong presence of protection and dominance from your confidence, and you're articulating and expressing that to her through her ear gates, and now it's trickled down to stimulate her emotions. Us men, we are stimulated, we are visually stimulated by how she looks. Look, she's a very attractive girl. Y'all go to her Instagram page and you'll see that whole globe, you know what I mean? The whole world that's behind there, and you're going to see. But what we need to do is, men, we need to adopt their powers and their expectations, just like, and adopt their expectations more. One, we need to adopt the fact that they are audibly stimulated. We need to flip the script and implement this game, this illumination, this game that'll illuminate your brain and interior decorate your brain once again, man. By shutting your eyes. Close your eyes for a moment and you become audibly stimulated. Don't look at her appearance, because that's going to interfere with your judgment as a man. You're going to have to reverse and go against nature and get in the spirit of a paradoxal, you know what I mean? It's a paradox. And engage in audible and being audibly stimulated. Now, let me tell you something, man. If you close your eyes and then look at her aesthetics and listen to her and let her speak with all this masculine tone and all this verbiage and how she expects you to take care of her, if you can't see her and you was to hear her, would you be attracted to her? Absolutely not. No way. First of all, she is seducing and reducing men out here. She's not bringing anything to the table. No. You need to close your eyes and don't look at her. You need to live your life eyes wide shut. Shut your eyes and open your ears. Be slow to speak and swift to hear. And listen to this broad, man. This old bleeding once a month, big head broad that talking crazy to you. And like she's your equal. She's not equivalent to you. First of all, you ain't really got to ask her to submit. You can literally make her submit. There was a time, in times past, she would have, man, look, I used to speak in the language of hands and feet, man. And just like Sinful the People said, preside over a rebuking service. I would become a hairstylist without a cosmetologist degree and rearrange her wig or take her to the barbershop and give her that new fade, that new haircut, talking crazy like that. Like, absolutely not. No. So we need to close our eyes, man, and open our ears, because ain't no way, unless you Even if you accept, if you close your eyes and you accept a woman that's talking and you hear what the words that are coming out of her mouth, nigga, you first of all, there's something wrong with you, and look, you need to be played, and she need to break you for every dollar you got. She need to break you for your lust and get every paper that says "In God We Trust" out of your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Because a whorish woman, the Bible says a whorish woman will bring a man to a piece of bread. This girl, she ain't coming with anything. Let me let this go. Come on.
You got a boyfriend right now, Kelly?
Style or substance?
No.
Exactly.
Vision and want to protect and provide for me. Kim has never given me those vibes.
Yeah. You got a boyfriend right now, Kelly?
No.
Of course not. Great question, Cam. Oh, great question. No, let me straighten this up. Great question, man. Do she has a boyfriend? You know she ain't got no boyfriend. Ain't no man putting up with that. Yet, she expects a man to get with her. And if she sleeps with him, he supposed to, give her all of his money. No, baby. We know. You don't have no man. Just like Samuel said, you need to buy a dog and die alone. That's where you're headed. Come on.
Exactly.
Why does that matter? Do you have a step in the leadership and provision and want to protect and provide for me? Kim has never given me those vibes.
Yeah. You got a boyfriend right now, Kelly?
No.
Exactly.
Why does that matter? Do you have a girlfriend right now, Kim?
I don't need nobody to protect and provide for me. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying
You're
to
a
say.
man. I wouldn't expect that.
I'm just trying to say that this is the thing, that you think that because you're dating somebody, like for instance, right? Give an example.
So as a woman, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to protect and provide for me? Is that what you would teach your fucking daughter?
The problem, I'm not having sex with my daughter.
What are you talking about?
Just make up your mind.
No, it's not about having sex with your daughter. It's about, that's what you would teach your daughter.
Oh, teach your daughter, I'm sorry.
She just having sex with a man that doesn't want to protect and provide for her? Like, what?
The problem is this, you want to protect
You think
and
men
provide.
and women are equal?
No, what I'm trying to say to you is this. For me, I rather invest in my female than give my female. And that's the problem.
You've never invested in me.
Because you had bad investments. That's why you're in nursing school. I'm trying to explain to you.
Yo, Cam, shout out to Cam for that shot. Wow. Look. You hear how the tone she's talking about? How she's saying what she's saying? That's what you're going to teach your daughter? Yeah, if a man is having sex with me, and you know what I mean, he's supposed to protect and provide for me. Let me tell y'all something. Let me lace your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game once again and put some paint where it ain't. Say what most can't, man. Check this out, girl. Check this out, woman. Listen, nowhere in the Bible it says we got to provide money for you. Cam gave you a whole bunch of provision and protection. He tried to protect you and he provided something to you. He gave you some game. He gave you game. You understand? That's invaluable. Game is equivalent to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And according to the Bible, it's worth more than rubies, diamonds, and gold, and silver and gold. Diamonds and rubies is worth more than that. And he tried to protect you by telling you not to make that bad investment that you did anyway. And it had nothing to do with money. He provided for you. He provided you the information. That uncommon information called this game, this illuminated information called this game, gave you illumination, revelation. Don't do it. Hey, you know what, Cali? You're a bad investment, right? Give you credit. He gave you credit, and I give you credit. You saved up $100,000. Hey, I got a great investment idea for you. What you should have done. You know what you should have done with that 100K? You could have invested that in Cam. You could have broke yourself and let Cam break on you and take that 100 grand and flip it. You invest in your man. That's what you're supposed to do. And look, you talking about he didn't help you. He didn't help me. He didn't support me. He don't provide for me. He ain't protecting me. I never got them vibes for him. So if you're going to teach your daughter to sleep with a man and he's supposed to be, No. This is PIMP. This is a dynasty, pimping dynasty. Guess who the Illuminator? Guess who the power pimp Illuminator is speaking? Pimping dynasty is here now. No, baby. No, break yourself. Break yourself. Yeah, you went, hey, get your ass on the track, get your go boots and your go-go boots and bring that back. Bring that track back to me, top of the morning, and bring them blessings in top of the morning. And, pay for this pimp and pay for this ism, this game. Why didn't you should have it. And you from Oakland too? Fillmore? You from Fillmore? The Tenderloin? I lived in Oakland, in Emeryville. Hung out in Berkeley. Hung out downtown. San Pablo? You from the E14? And you don't know? Girl, you were supposed to break yourself and invest in him. The pimping. You were supposed to break yourself, but no. But Cam must have been acting like a trick. It don't seem like he was, but you so accustomed, to breaking on these tricks, what you supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? You hoeing, you definitely doing that. You got the spirit of a hoe. And the hoe's place is in the trick's face, trying to break him, break him for his lust, and break him for every dollar that says, in God we trust. You're supposed to be doing that. But you know what else you're supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be reaching that to a pimp. Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to be reaching that. You're supposed to be reaching that to a pimp. You're supposed to be, reaching that to your man. You know what I'm saying? Because a pimp's place is in the hoe's face. You know what I'm saying? Giving you this uncommon, this illuminating information, you know what I'm saying, called this game. And what I would have done with that 100K, we'd have doubled that up, and whatever we doubled, we'd have tripled that up. You know what I'm saying? And that should have been your investment. You were supposed to invest in your man. According to Proverbs 31, that's what a virtuous woman does. She brings her, she's like a merchant ship. She brings her goods and food from afar. It ain't nowhere where it says the man's supposed to be, you're supposed to be a help meet. You're supposed to help him meet his goals. You're out here looking for a help meet and you a woman? As if you could tell you out of pocket, you out of bounds. You talking like a man, you walking like a man. No. You're backwards. But see, it takes men like me and, others that have this information and, switch polarity and change the polarity of what's going on and switch the game up, because y'all moving like hoes. So we got to start moving like pimps and have a pimp's mentality. You're supposed to be reaching that to a pimp. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be bringing that trap back top of the morning. You're supposed to be out there getting in vehicles and bringing it back to me so I can create a miracle with it and miracle whip it. And that honey, look what he's doing now. He got talk with Flea. He got It Is What It Is. He has an illustrious rap career. He's a legend in the game. And you talking to him like he ain't none of that. Like he ain't none of that. Like you're in competition with him. No, you supposed to reach take that 100K and give it to your man Cam. That's what you should have did. And reach that to this Izm, baby. Because that's exactly what you did for me. If you ain't doing that for me, and this goes for any woman, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you can't provide me with any assistance, keep your distance, man. Keep your distance. Hey, you think I'm handsome, pay my ransom. There's a meter on my Peter. The longer she stayed, the longer she got to pay. Because that's how you're supposed to do it. The Queen of Sheba heard the game of Solomon. And what did she do? She broke herself and provided him with trains of gold, cattle, herbs, spices, silver, jewelry, and gave it to him because her spirit left her body when he was lacing her with the game. That's more valuable than those materialistic possessions or those earthly possessions because he was giving her heavenly game. That's what we need to be on, man. And here they are residing and I'm presiding over this expirationship. Man, you need to get rid of that girl, bro. Don't ever talk to her again. Hang up the phone. She is trying to take from you. That's all she's there for. She's trying to accumulate off of you, off of your lust for her. That's why she still look good. You know what I mean? She out here seducing and reducing niggas so she can, if she gonna seduce and reduce, she gonna be out here properly producing for this pimp, man. You know what I mean? Period. Let's go.
That the investments that you had weren't good.
That's not why I'm in nursing school. I've been working on my nursing degree since fucking 2019.
Why you don't have it yet?
I opened the business to help me get through nursing school.
And which was
because I needed a passive income.
Which was a bad investment. Right. Anyway, like I was trying to explain, because it's a bad investment or somebody gives you an opinion, you reverse it into a nigga don't want to protect, provide. You never looked out for me. Yo, you didn't really like you always looked past me. Because I don't think what you were doing was going to make money for yourself or for me. That's how you revert it to say, yo, you never wanted to look out for me. You never did this for me. You never believed in me. You always looked past me. Because I give you my real opinion on situations. It was a time where Sin and PT and Cali called me and said, Kim, you know what? You're right, man. I be bugging. Not with the club situation. One day she called, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. She's like, yo,
accountability.
It was accountability. I couldn't believe. She's like, yo, you know, I thought about it. You're right.
I just want to talk about accountability.
He's like, yo, you're right, Kim.
You know what that word means.
You're right, Kim. You know what I'm saying? I do be, but I forget what it was, but she actually apologized, and I really couldn't believe it. And I was happy about that, to be honest with you. But a year later, I still don't believe in her. I still don't want to invest in her, this, that, and the third. And I think that's great what you said, PT.
Let me tell you something.
When it comes to blurred lines with personal and business.
Let me tell you something.
The
lines is blurred.
Yeah, my opinion.
You know what?
I'm listening.
I don't know. In all honesty, I know the difference between when somebody cares about me and then somebody want to fucking play in my face.
Gotcha.
So what's your feelings today towards each other? This day, what's your feelings? Still friends? Like, Okay, Cam. What's your...
Don't ask Cam. Let her answer. Let her answer, Sam. You see that long, drawn-out pause, that long, drawn-out silence when he asked her, what's your feelings? How do you feel about him? I'm going to get into how she really feels about him, you know what I'm saying, in a minute. But, nah, Sam, let her answer. Let her answer. You know what I mean? Because I want to, you know, put the ball in her court, and let's see what she's gonna say. If she's gonna come out with it, come on out with it. How do you feel about him? You know what I'm saying? Like all this energy. You know what I mean? Why is that energy still there? How do you really feel about him? Hey man, this expirationships 101. Come on.
Feelings towards her.
Listen, I love Cali as a friend, man. Like I said, she's a beautiful girl. Still very, very pretty. And then, you know, we was talking before the show, making fun. We were talking about age and everything else. She still looks really great. Looks good. Very attractive.
Hey, man, I want y'all to pay attention to what he just said so far. He said, you know, she looks really, really good. She's still attractive. She's a pretty girl, and she looks really good. What I teach y'all earlier, close your eyes. What I teach you that Sinful the P taught me. Don't allow her appearance to be the interference for you seeing the truth. They have history. There's something with history, man. We got history with someone. And you know, there's something going on. You know, their morals and values are not harmonious with that of your own. And there's off balancing the frequency between each other. And here it is. He said, like, before he even answered any other attribute about this woman, he said that she was attractive, that she was pretty, she still looks good. And she does. But you notice that what I teach y'all, close your eyes and listen to her. And ask yourself, does she still look good? No, not in my opinion. She don't look good to me. No, absolutely not. Come on.
They're very smart, very ambitious, very independent as well. I would love to be her friend, but we're just not in a space of being friends because the last time we talked, I wouldn't let her move in my house. So we stopped speaking.
That has nothing to do with it.
I'm just telling you, last time, for me, that's what it was.
That's not why we stopped speaking.
Why we stopped speaking? Tell me.
So I guess that's the reason why.
I'm actually,
No, that's not why.
I don't remember. That's the last thing I can remember.
You don't remember.
All right. Well, maybe I don't. More of the story is I think that she's very smart, very good. And I would love to still be friends with Cali. It's just that
we stopped speaking because Cam has, you know, as I get older, right, your relationships, they're supposed to get better, right? You're supposed to have, you know, a different sort of respect for certain people. And Cam disrespected me to the fucking utmost. And it nearly broke me in half. And all that friendship shit made me really reassess who Cam.
What did I do to disrespect you? Just remind me, because I don't remember. You got to remind me.
Was it words? Was it words?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she's saying it's words. Do you want to offer an apology or no?
I want to know exactly what I said. Before
Very
I will
something I would never ever.
Oh shit, I do remember what happened now that I remember. Yeah, it was words. I do remember. You know what happened? Cool. And maybe I was a little harsh. You're right, Cali. Is that this is what happened now that I remember, is that Cali moved to New York in probably 2008, 8, something like that. And we was arguing via text or whatever it was. And she sat there and texted me, I wish HUD and Trell was alive, because them was some real niggas, and they wouldn't appreciate the way you've been treating me.
That's not what I said.
What'd you say? Tell me, what'd you say? What'd you say?
I said, I wish HUD and Trell was still alive, because you probably would have treated me better, because they would have made you realize who I was to you.
Right. Whatever that, I'm not saying you're wrong. Whatever that is, that triggered me. For you to tell me about the niggas that I grew up with from the sandbox, I knew HUD since I was 2 years old. I knew Trust I was 11 years old. You gonna tell me how my niggas should tell me how to treat you? It triggered me. I don't even remember what I said, but I felt really offended on the fact that you telling me about how my brother and my other, and Charles, like HUD like my brother and Charles like my cousin. What they would tell me about you. And it sent me somewhere else because both of them passed away. And I'm not saying you ain't have a relationship with them, but to have know somebody from just you 3 years old, 5 years old, and you telling me about what they would tell me about you, I remember I kind of went off. I don't even remember what I said. I blacked out. But yeah, I was really, really offended by that. And that's what ended the friendship for me as well. Because I was, that's still a sensitive subject for me as far as my friends. I have a lot of friends who died, but those were really 2 close friends. Absolutely so. Yeah, she's right. It was a text, but I forgot I don't even remember what I said, but I was more offended that she was telling me what my niggas would tell me about her, my opinion. So.
Well, Cali, you could kind of understand that, right? That was a little trigger that you said that.
Let me stop it right there. The good book says, you shall know them by their fruit. And observing this video, you should see the fruit of this woman, this so-called black woman. Her name is Cali O'Dea. It's like, she's from the Bay, but O'Dea sounds like, where is she, African, Haitian, or something? I don't know. Maybe she's, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe she's not from America. Maybe she is. I don't know. But with that name, it sounds like she might be from Africa or Haiti or somewhere else. But you shall know them by their fruit. So, though she said she might have meant something other than how Cam took it, how I perceived it, she's basically so self-absorbed, concerned about how he so-called made her feel by not supporting her in whatever endeavor or bad investment or bad Ralph Cramden ass idea she done came up with, being a woman. She used Huddy, you know what I mean, or HUD and Trell, and we all heard about HUD through Mason, you know what I mean, and Cam, and they always talk about Huddy and how cool he was, and Trell, you know what I mean. But she said if she wished that they were still alive, so because they would keep it real with him and tell him how to treat her, or they would show him who she is to him. But the fact that she even brought up those names of people who is no longer in the land of the living, and they were very intimate and close friends, and almost like they shared a brotherhood with Cam, Killer like, yo, the fact that you even mentioned them, you know what I mean? You don't even know them like that. And here it is, you gonna tell me about how they would tell me how I should treat you? Bitch, you lost your damn mind. Bitch, get the fuck off my face. He probably went off, called her all kind of bitches, called her all. look, and it was worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she was probably in front of him, she probably been, listen, had it been me, had not the game descended upon me, you know, with this information, this game, like a dove descended upon me like a dove and softened my heart, where I used to speak in the vernacular of ouch and hands and feet, and watch your mouth, bitch, and who you think you're talking to, and choke the living shit out. You know, before that, that's what I would have been doing. But since then, hey, no, not at this present day and age, because the game has descended upon me. I no longer speak in the vernacular of hands and feet. I speak now, I subscribe to this doctrine, man. You know, we don't put hands on hoes, we put plans on hoes. You know what I mean? No evidence, no fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? No. Pimping is a non-contact sport for me. So we're going to put plans on hoes. You know, we don't put hands on hoes, we put plans on hoes. And you know what I mean? Basically what you do is delete her number, delete her out your life, and send her and cast her into outer darkness with his weeping and gnashing of teeth, as you can see that he did for that comment. Now, she might have meant, like, you know, if she knew that was like a jab, you know what I mean? She had to know that that was a sensitive spot for him. But what she was saying, they would teach you how to, they would tell you who I am to you, and you would have treated me better. In other words, you'd have been my sucker or simp, and, you know, and let me break you for every dollar that you got. You know what I mean? That's what she really saying. But she tried to use that like a sensitive spot to get to her feelings, saying you should have treated me better, you should have believed in me, invested in me, and blah blah, as if he's her help me instead of her being his help me. But the fact that that's what she was trying to convey and say to him, like, I want you to treat me better, you know what I mean? She, you know, basically you utilize her and Trail. That's like what went back in 9/11 back in 2001. That whole scare of the mail that was going around that had anthrax laced in the mail, in the envelope. So basically, you trying to send him, why you treating me so bad, Club Nouveau letter to him. But the problem is the envelope is laced with anthrax. So he got contaminated by the anthrax, which is you mentioning her and Trail, and he ain't even opened the letter because he's already affected by what he's not concerned what's in the contained within the envelope, because you laced the envelope with anthrax. You have all this. You took a jab at him. So he was like, oh, hell no. He threw you and the envelope in the garbage, which he should have did. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, you need your head examined. You really need discipline. You need some, back then, I'm telling you, me, a nigga like me, what? That carpet ministry? We'd have presided over a carpet ministry, floor ministry. You know, I'd have became a floor general. You know what I'm saying? A linoleum ministry. Linoleum Ministries. You'd have been getting up off of that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. No. You shall know them by their fruit. Cast that bitch into the outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. She's weeping and gnashing of teeth now. She has these billionaire, millionaire aspirations and expectations and dreams on a ENJ, Mad Dog 2020, I'm in nursing school budget. She's in nursing school. You think she really want to do that? She wants some nigga to be caked up where she can lay up. You know what I mean? And then have the nerve to be bossing him around and get him to invest in whatever she doing so she can break off from him, take him for every dime he got, and then create this so-called pseudo empire, this feminine empire that she wants to build. Bitch, you lost your mind. You really need your head examined. And if it wasn't, you know, for the game descending upon me, and that spirit is in this realm, in this earth, in this dimension right now, niggas have been open your head up to see what was in it. He'd have been pimp slapped you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but pimping is a non-contact sport. Let's close this out, man. Get to the, you know what I mean, the finality of this whole thing. Come on.
Right? So you got to kind of expect something back from that, you know.
But did he understand what I was saying?
It didn't come across that way. I see what you was trying to do.
I'm never going to understand that. I don't understand it today. I'm not going to ever understand you telling me about my niggas that you known for 2 years as opposed to me growing up with them for 30-something years. I'm never going to understand that. I'm just not. You known them for 2 years. I know them for 30-something years.
It was to remind you that when you met me,
oh, so it was a
that
reminder.
our relationship from the beginning of when I came into your life and how long you've known me and how you handle me.
Style or substance?
Whatever. I'm not conceding to that. So we still don't be friends behind that, whatever. I'm not going to sit there and let you sit there and tell me about my friends because you don't know my emotions behind my friends who passed away. So if that means we're not friends moving forward, I don't give a fuck because I'm still get emotional about my friends who passed away. And you don't know our relationship. You're from California.
That's your given.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, you don't really know. I still get triggered by it. So be it.
Right, me too.
No,
me too.
Oh, okay, good. Well, at least we're on the same page with that.
Well, on another, can we end this on? We gonna kumbaya or you upset right now, Cali? You upset? You a little upset with him?
It's just a lot. I mean,
you care about Cam a lot, yo. It's coming through your pores. I know you get mad and shit, but you care about him a lot.
I care about
you too. Yeah.
Like I say, I don't mind being friends at all, whatsoever. But like, I'm not gonna lie. Now I feel away again. Shit was cool, but I feel away. To be honest with you, Nick, hang up. Let's sit and them discuss this about themselves. I don't want to talk about my dead friends that don't know my dead friends as well as I know my dead friends.
All right. I'm seal the deal with this comment. Basically, you notice how Sin asked her and basically projected upon her and said, you care about Cam a lot. You care about Cam a lot. Camelot. You care about Camelot, right? Because there's no chivalry in this because this bitch killed it, right? So there is no Camelot, but he said, you can't care about Camelot. Are we going to kumbaya, whatever? Basically asking her to where Cam says, Killer was like, well, listen, yeah, I care about her, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, her, claiming, bringing up my brothers who are no longer with me. She don't know my emotions. So if we gonna end our friendship on that, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And he has a show called It Is What It Is. But the fact that he said, Sen projected on her, said, she cares about Cam. Here's my take on that. She cares about what Cam can do for her. She cared about that. And they developed a history on that. The truth is, She cared about what he can do for her and has done for her, and what potentially could do for her. But does she care about him? Does she care about Killer Cam? Kill that noise, because she don't. That's just the reality. Hey, my nigga, hey, Cam, she don't like you like that. She ain't feeling you like that. She's not in love with you. She loves you because y'all have history, but she's not in love with you, man. You know, she just, this really, to be honest with you, that girl don't give a fuck about you, my nigga. She only cares about what you can do for her. You see that strong, stern look, and how basically she brings nothing. She's a subtraction. You know what I mean? Attraction leads to subtraction. She was subtracting everything from you. She never, there was no evidence of any addition coming from her other than sex. She don't like you like that, bro. And you know what else I noticed? The reason why, and Cam said, he was the one who jumped out there and said, yeah, I care about her. The truth is this, and here's the game I'm going to leave y'all with, man. This is some Illuminator Izm, man. Something that Pimp Johnny Dollar taught me. Basically, what I perceived about Cam and Cali, Cam likes her more than she likes him. Cam likes her more than she likes him. And as far as dynamic between men and women and male and female, that's backwards. Don't mean I haven't been guilty of that. I've liked women more than they like me. You know what I mean? And they don't really like you like that. They have an idea of a man, or they already dealt with some man in their past, and they have this idea in their head, but they want you because you're a good guy. They like you as a friend or as a person, but they're not into you like that. They're not in love with you like that. They are in love with someone else. You know what I mean? Because if she really liked him like that, she would do anything for him. She don't really like him like that. That's the bottom line to that, man. And I'm going to finish off with this by lacing y'all with some information, man. This Pimp Johnny Dollar, man, taught me when he was on Soft White Underbelly, and Mark asked him this very important question. You young men, y'all listen, you young men, you young players, you young PEPs, you know, pimps, you hustlers, gangsters, whatever. Y'all pay attention to this and listen to me good. Because this is some illuminating game that I'm giving you, some Illuminator Izm that I got from Pimp Johnny Dollar. Mark asked him, he said, what's the most important lesson you learned in life? You know what he said? And then when his answer changed my life and changed my perspective for a word called forever. He said,
most important lesson I've learned? Mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, you're gonna accept all kind of stuff out of it. And y'all know it's true. You're gonna accept all kind of stuff, but you never accept off another chick. And it might be another chick right next door that like you and gonna do everything and keep you right. But you rather mess with this pretty girl over here that's giving you all kind of problems, you dig? That's how the world goes. Not just with the pimp and the whole game. A lot of people have a tendency, the right people they're supposed to treat right, that's loyal and dedicated, they overlook it and they treat the other people right. That mean them no good, no intentions. And that's life.
what's the most important lesson I learned in my life? He said, always girl with the girl that like you, not the one you like. mess with the girl that likes you, not the one you like. Because the one you like is going to take you through all these problems and things like that, and boom, 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 boom. And you know, that's just how it goes, you know what I'm saying? The one you paying all the attention to, man, she don't mean you no good. Everything is subtraction from her. She ain't adding nothing. You can't ask her for nothing. She's the type that'll kick you out. You know what I'm saying? She's the type that won't provide you or leave you hanging. You know what I'm saying? Or the truth is, she just really don't rock with you like that. You're not her ideal person like that. And, you know, that's the best definition of when you're dealing with someone like that and you like them. It's an expirationship. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's really been over because y'all don't align, but y'all have some sort of common denominator. You probably sexually attracted to her or whatever, boom. But as far as taking it to the next level, nigga, you need to abandon that idea out of your mind because that bitch don't like you like that. She really don't give a damn about you, man. She has another idea of a man that she's dealt with in her past, and she's still married to him. She just like and being in love with who you are as a person. And she likes what you can and have done for her. That not you. She don't like you. Meanwhile, there's a prettier girl with a better disposition and attitude that really like you. She really likes you. And instead of dealing with her, you'll never even run into her dealing with this woman who don't like you like that, my nigga. Cam, she don't like you like that. She don't care about you. She only care about what she can do for you. That's why, you know what I mean, she's saying that you didn't come by to support her when, you know, she was bartending. She said you ain't support her in that. That's why she said, you know, you didn't support her as she was moving to the West Coast and she's counting your bedrooms in your house and you wouldn't let her stay. You know what I mean? In your house. There's always something she wants from you. She's extracting something from you. Not once did she bring anything to the table. She didn't invest that $100K in you. She will walk around in your house in her panties and underwear and sit in the 69 position and tell you you can't get no pussy. You can't, and then you even offer to eat it, thinking you know, if you get your liquor license on, you know what I mean, and let that kitty committee that she was going to open the gates of heaven and let, you know, you be like, you know, part the Red Sea, man. You let your people, you know what I mean, let your people go through her. No, she didn't do that. She, you know, as far as the wedding venue and all of that, she threw that to the wind, could have gave it to you. She really don't like you like that. So that's the game, man. Ben Johnny Dollar said, man, mess with the girl that likes you, not the one you like. I turned that around and said, listen, man, you know, man, you be with the girl that likes you, not the one you like, right? Why? Because the girl that you like is not like the girl that likes you. They're total opposites. Why? Because the girl that likes you will fight for you. The girl that you like will fight you. Why? Because the girl that you like is not like the girl that likes you. On that note, I got a nice little outro treat for y'all. Man, you know what I mean? Nice little song I put together. I had this song, I had just wrote this song, and then I seen the video. That's how you know everything is divine timing. You know what I mean? I hope this bless y'all, especially y'all dealing with expirationships, and you know, you dealing with the polarity and the dynamic of how a man is supposed to be with a woman, and a woman's supposed to be with a man. That woman is supposed to like you more than you like her. If it's any other way around, man, it's out of the will of God. It's headed for turmoil. You're gonna be in a pseudo relationship. It's gonna turn into a battleship, which causes a separationship. And whatever remnant of feelings that's left, it's gonna be in an expirationship. Period. That's what I came to tell you, man. Y'all enjoy this outro, man. I bless y'all with this, man. Bless y'all with the outro and my music. Hey, check this out, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification button by hitting that bell, man. And y'all live the life of your design. Well, really, you have a blast past a while now and a greater later. Live the life of your design so you can have a good time for a lifetime. But most importantly, live the life of his design, which is the most high design, so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime, man. This is Guess Who the Rapper, a.k.a. Guess Who the Illuminator, always here to interior decorate and illuminate your brain once again, man, with some of this glorious game, man. I'm going to sign out. Y'all enjoy the outro. Peace. Hey, yo, man, that go Guess Who, the Power Pimp Illuminator, a.k.a. Pimpin' Dynasty. Hey, yo, P. Yo, come over here and peep the situation, man. We heard you got the medication for the situation, man. Yo, give us your thoughts, man. How would you proceed to handle this broad, you dig? Or dig this, y'all. Yo, first, see, I don't seek their approval. I just seek their removal. Not amused with illusions. Don't let confusion confuse you. These bars set you apart. Don't let her beauty abuse you. Most are mentally scarred from a beautiful voodoo. Beauty is vain. Interior decorating your brain with the scheme. Use a lame. She was driving you insane. Get this game, God, from this game, God. It matters not if you got money. You still suffer the same problem. Pimp Johnny Dollar gave me the answer. You like the girl who likes you more than you like her. Now that's the standard I live by. Now I live fly. It also is why she's who I have my kids by. You dig, right? It's seduction that leads to reduction. You on your job making productions to seek your destruction. Nigga, what? You came home early from work and she did the what? Man, that bitch don't give a fuck. You need to give her up. Hey, yo, God, don't crash out. You in a bit of luck. Know this girl who tend to smile when I bring you up. Pretty face, a bigger smile, and a bigger butt. Matter of fact, gave me her number, said to hit her up. Yeah, I don't know how you wanna go with this. How you gonna flow with this? All I know is this, yeah. Tight from the waist up. You get your game face up. No, you gotta stay up. Yeah, come to me, yo, and get laced up. Huh? Yeah. Get laced up, my nigga. Deuces.